get asked all the time why I started playing music, and I always tell people the same thing. I met this guy named Bobby St. Hours, who is a banjo player for the Hackensaw Boys. He played a song called Box of Pine for me in the back of their bus on his banjo, just me and him, and I just had this moment of awe and everything. Just like I knew exactly what I wanted to do. Before that happened, I traveled all over the country on freight trains when I was younger, and lived on the street and did whatever I could for money. And then I kind of stopped doing that, settled down in New York, because a bunch of my friends that did that as well all kind of came here at the same time. Kind of a unanimous decision. And I stayed here for a long time without going anywhere.
You'll find me in your dreams, you'll find me when I sing. Keep your head up and listen, you know what I mean. Voices on the breeze of two by the sea. I'm kissing you from the coast, get down on your knees. Carrying my heart, I know your soul. Across the distance and down any road. Our love is strong, the seeds are sown. Across the distance we will grow. Across the distance we will.
And then the music started letting me travel again. But this time I was getting paid to travel, or, you know, I always paid for the trip, and I got to see the whole world since I started playing music. So. I'm from Charlottesville, Virginia, the Blue Ridge Mountains. And then you can open it. He kind of keeps me grounded. He keeps me here and keeps me level-headed. There's this thing where you travel too much, you don't really have any destination, and it kind of plateaus, doesn't become that fun anymore. But traveling now, it's like I'll go to these amazing places, and then I always have him to come back to, or him to take with me. Like if I didn't have him, I'm not sure I would enjoy this very much.
Well, don't look back, look ahead, ain't that what the train said?
I miss living in the mountains. The Blue Ridge Mountains are a beautiful place. And all the time, the city can really get you down. But we have this little sanctuary here, so it makes it a lot easier. But I travel a lot, so I'm able to see nature and get my fix, you know?
Lost your life and I'm here.
Nature, it's a beautiful thing. And most of my music comes from that, from the wind in the trees, the ocean. The one thing about living in the city is I can make a living being a street performer here, a really good living. And there's a lot of places you can't do that. Like if I lived up in the mountains, I wouldn't be able to play on the street, which someday that'll happen, but not right now. I need to work for a little longer. The trailers get a little cagey in the winter, you know? There's nowhere else to hang out other than the trailer, so it's actually even more fun to live in there in the winter because it is like a little nest, you know? I'll never stop playing on the street. It's the only place you can really check out and just be completely lost in the music.
Hollow may the sun, the swallows on the run. Whoa.
When you're on stage at a club or a festival or a bar, you have to you have to have this presence for people, and everyone's staring at you and waiting for you to do something. So that can be very stressful, and it's distracting to the music sometimes. For me, I guess a lot of performers it's what they kind of get off on, but I like to get lost in the music and find, where it takes me.
Migration and flight.
Playing on the street is great for that. You can just close my eyes, people can come and go, they can pay me, they don't have to, whatever, I just play. And then I'll open my eyes and there'll be a bunch of people standing there. And then that happens. There's one guy in particular who approached me. I was playing in Union Square underground, and he came up to me and was like, he told me his name, and I can't remember his name. This is an old black man, and told me about a year ago you were playing outside at 1 in the morning. There's nobody around, and I was listening. And I want you to know there's always somebody listening. Because that night, he said his wife had died and he was prepared to take his own life. And he went to the park and he heard this music. And he told me that it brought him out of that slump, and it made him, appreciate his life and the life with his wife that he had and be grateful for it. And he told me this whole story around it. It just made me I was just crying. It was kind of a mess to hear something like that, I was probably out there at 1 in the morning playing because I was having a hard day and had to get it out, But stuff like that makes me want to keep going back out and play. One other one that stands out is I was playing same place in Union Square in the mezzanine, and a GI, army guy, full, camo gear, backpack, everything, was standing right in front of me while people were just racing by as usual. And it was kind of obvious he just got back from wherever he was sent to go do whatever horrible things, but he sat and watched 2 songs and then didn't say a word, and then just started bawling, crying, kind of weeping. And that was another moment. I was like, God. And he didn't say anything. He just threw me $1 and walked away. It's another one of those moments where wow, music actually does something. It pulls stuff out of you, energy, it's healing. I've never been too keen on religion at all, but I think to have spirituality and to believe in yourself and your life has meaning is like, that's the meaning of life. It's just to like believe in yourself and what you can do. And as far as God goes, I think for me, the music, it just takes me to all these places. And the Sufis talk about like music is the doorway to God. That's how they're able to speak to him and feel his presence and everything. And I believe that, and it definitely does something.
It's not gonna be a dragon. It's gonna be a black chicken.
Black chicken?
Don't. No! No! It's a scorpion with potatoes, la la la.